was built by Boeing, but
literal shape-shifting UFO caught on.
So there's a movie called The Heist, and you guys will not believe what this movie just did. All the actors, all the producers, all the directors, it took their job. This movie isn't even real, it's all AI generated. This is why Hollywood is really in trouble right now. I mean, what do you need a big studio for at this point? The only people I see still having a job is probably the writers and the AI prompt engineers themselves. Now, the video was created by Jason Zada, and it says every shot in The Heist was created by Google's VO2 text-to-video AI. No cameras, no sets, just words turned into film. Now, Jason was pretty much a one-man wrecking crew. He handled the sound and editing and the music, but the visuals was just pure AI. And at the end it says, Hollywood, you nervous yet? They even have jobs called AI whisperers or prompt engineers that pull down more than $300K per year. And by the end of 2025, AI and robotics will displace 85 million jobs. But on the bright side, it's gonna create 97 million new jobs, so this is why you gotta reskill. Make sure you get into my class on January 2nd because you're going to need new streams of income. But let me know what you guys think about all this down below.
Hey, I didn't realize he was shilling his class, but regardless, AI prompt engineers make $335K a year. Is this everybody? Is this a remote job? Oh my God, I want to know so much more. Man, Google is really giving OpenAI a run for its money. What is it now? VO2 versus Sora? Oh boy. And now, movie actors and actresses don't need to act anymore. We just use AI for everything, and then AI replaces all the screen time. Sorry. Welcome back, goons. You're watching Explore the Weird. Hey, guess what? I have more creepy, strange, weird, disturbing, all the things for you page content. Let's get right into it.
Yeah, let's go to the mountain.
Teleportation. It's not just science fiction anymore. It's getting real close to being a reality. Yeah, quantum teleportation. Like the transporters on Star Trek. That's exactly what they're talking about. First thing I thought when I heard this was, what? So engineers, scientists have just had a demonstration of quantum teleportation. Those engineers are from Northwestern University, where they teleported photons, which are pretty small, using fiber optic cable. Yeah, fiber optic cable that's already in service to connect internet, phones, that kind of stuff. I didn't even know these Star Trek transporters were even possible. Turns out it is, because it's been demonstrated before this time. It's happened. In laboratory conditions, they've done quantum teleportation. Okay, I'm repeating myself, but I gotta say this again. What's with the portals? Trying to contact parallel universes, other dimensions, and now this quantum teleportation. Are people trying to get out of our universe or to get some other people to come in? I don't know. I'm just guessing. But what do you think about all these strange scientific shenanigans going on, Brewskis? Let me know in the comment section. Shout out!
Bro, I was also like, what the heck? Is this like teleportation also need entanglement and that's the only way it's done? Is your body still going to be intact once we do teleport? And then the real question, are they trying to let somebody in, or are they trying to escape from this dimension because they know something that's going to happen that's going to be Sorry, we're going to keep it going. Bro, this is wild. There's a lot of correlations that are here, and there's a lot to take in. And they do say the Roman Empire didn't end; it just turned into the Vatican. And now I go back and it's like, wait, maybe it's the Anunnaki Empire that didn't end, and that just turned into the Vatican. Don't come after me. Don't come after me.
This is a raspberry for me from the ants? Holy shit! Maybe they pray, I really want this person to fall in love with me, this other ant. And you're like, well, I don't know how to do that, but I can destroy all the ants around you. So only you two are left. Oh, I spilled a little bit. I was overexcited. If all of a sudden one day you hear the ants like, Chelsea, and you're like, what the fuck? You're supposed to only talk to me. You're the Piper ants. That's why a god might be interested in you. Why might a Fae care about you? Okay, so in this situation, Fae are more powerful, right? They're going to be our human example. We're going to be dogs. You know those humans who love dogs more than life and more than themselves? It's me. I'm those humans. We get a house so our dog can have a yard. We get a good job so we can take care of our dogs. All we care about is our dogs. We would go to battle for our dogs. Well, some Fae have a dog, and they really love their dog. And then you know how there are those some humans who will put rocks in a bag and throw dogs into a river? I don't even like saying that. Some Fae are like that. And then you have a ton of people who are cat people, or who just don't like animals. You have a lot who are indifferent, but you do have some dog people, some intense dog people. That's kind of where we get the concept of a guardian angel. Maybe you have an entity or guardian who's followed you through life, and who just fucking loves you, wants to give you the best life possible. It's their dog owner. That's all. That's gods and Fae. Something to think about. Bye.
What? I know I didn't watch part 1, but I really feel like I didn't need to watch part 1. Hey, are you an animal person? Are you a dog person? Are you a cat person? I personally am not into any animals. I don't want to take care of any other beings other than human beings currently.
I just found out about this, and I can't believe this actually happened. But about 20 years ago, someone stole 2 of the most important documents in the history of science. Darwin's original notebooks. They contained a lot of his early ideas about evolution, including his iconic first ever sketch of a tree of life, showing how he thought different species might evolve from a common ancestor. The notebooks were stolen from Cambridge University, and they hadn't been seen in so long that it was just assumed that they were gone forever. But then, earlier this year, a pink gift bag was mysteriously left outside the university librarian's office. And inside were the notebooks, which were in perfect condition and confirmed as being authentic. Now, we have no idea where they were all this time or who stole them and returned them and why. But whoever it was did leave a message behind. A small note that simply read, Librarian, Happy Easter, X.
I think all the answers are right in that note. There's no mystery here. We know exactly what happened. They found the discoveries and they unlocked the secrets, and then they were like, the secrets aren't that good. Have it back. You guys will never figure it out.
They say this is made in heaven, and it might just open a portal into another dimension. It actually might be a variation of something called an Euler's disk, named after mathematician Leonard Euler, which looks like Euler. And if it never stops, you might be dreaming. It's a disk that's intentionally designed to continuously fall for a very, very long time, and this is how it does that. As the disk spins and rolls, or spoles, it starts doing something called precessing due to gravity, causing it to wobble with a fall that can last upwards to 3 minutes or even longer. Precession is just a change in orientation of a spinning object's rotational axis. Quite a mouthful, but all it means is that the imaginary line that cuts through a rotating object is constantly changing where it's pointing. Kind of like the Earth does. It rotates to create day-night cycles, and its axis of orientation slowly changes where it's pointing over time, finishing a complete cycle every 26,000 years, also known as a great year. This glass disc was purposely engineered to lose energy as slowly as possible as it comes to a complete stop. As the disc loses kinetic energy, the angle between the disc and the surface beneath gets smaller and smaller while the precession of the rolls approaches infinity. Don't worry, I don't fully understand it either, but this approach to infinity creates a rapid whirring motion that almost feels like it's about to open a portal into another dimension. Mathematically, this disk should technically spool forever and just keep getting faster until the end of time, but it comes to a complete stop due to friction, vibration, and air resistance. You know, physics getting in the way. The length of the fall can be extended even more if it's spun on a mirrored surface using the signature Euler's disk design of a chrome-plated steel puck, held in a balance between gravity pushing it down and an upwards force exerted by the vibration of the mirror base. The low-friction mirror slows down the energy loss even more and is slightly indented in the middle, which helps it keep going too. And no one technically actually knows knows the exact details about how this particular Euler's disc design even works, apart from its inventor, Joseph Bendick, as it's a trade secret and this disc is trademarked and sold by only one company.
Oh wait, what's the one company that sells the Euler's disc on the mirror? That's actually a really cool desk item. I feel like I have a bunch of desk items. I could totally use one of those. Just play with it. Oh wait, but then it'd sound weird with the recordings and stuff. You know, I love fidgeting with things. I definitely fidget with that all the time. All the time. Even right now, I'm fidgeting with the pen. Did you know? See, you didn't know. All right. Well, interesting. I don't know what to do with the information unless the portal really can be created. I'm like, this is a pretty cool trick. Good job, Euler. Euler.
New discovery in ancient France that you're going to want to see. The wildest thing is it's only understandable from the sky. This is the astrogeometry of Karnak. The stones are 7,000 years old. There's 4,000 of them between 40 and 350 tons. This is the last time we did that. These stones are arranged in very neat lines across the landscape. They can't be used for agriculture. If you take a picture of the sun at the same time every day, it forms this infinity sign shape. For a seasonal calendar, this can be achieved with a really long stick. The angle of the stones is achieved using 3 perfect squares connected end to end. That is exactly half of a 3-4-5 triangle like you learned in school to create perfect right angles. The Sumerians were the first to document the use of this triangle, but now we have one that's 2,000 years older than that. The Karnak cornerstones create the 3-square triangle and the 3-4-5 right triangle. Did this using huge stones over 1,400 meters. Stonehenge was built 1,000 years later. For that story to work, we have to assume there were ancient cave geometers. So what do these angles mean, and what was the use for this precise geometry? Well, Angkor Wat and the Great Pyramid also use this technique. That explanation is going to need a part 2. Because to pull this off, you have to know what we didn't know. They used symbol geometry to communicate ideas through music, art, architecture.
Wait, what? I'm so confused. How do you correlate all these things together? And you're like, hey, there probably was mathematicians back in the cavemen days. It makes sense. I mean, how else are the pyramids built? There's clearly the cavemen figured it out, and then the pharaohs were like, okay, the cavemen drew it out, and now we got to build the thing. Yeah, makes 100% sense. Hey. If you made it to this point, I appreciate you. There must be something you're like here. Why else are you watching? If you're watching, we would appreciate it if you would affirm your energy with ours and interact with the video. Hey, start with positive karma every day, and the best way is your interaction. Hey, we appreciate you. We're growing. We're finally done with the shadow ban. We're also on Rumble. Find us on Rumble. Explore the weird on Rumble. All right, let's keep it going.
The reason everyone's saying it's so quiet right now, and the reason a lot of people are lacking energy, is because we are on a new energetic timeline. That means you're actually a different person than you were a few days ago. Like literally a different person. You're a different version of yourself. And this version of yourself doesn't want to keep doing the things it was doing before. The avatar you're in is like malfunctioning because the essence that you actually are doesn't want to keep doing what this avatar's been doing. We're not playing by the old rules anymore. Age of Aquarius and all that. So take this time to plan out your next steps in life. This is a crucial period for all of us, because if you are feeling this lack of energy, if you are feeling like all the old motivations are dropping away, it means the essence that you are wants to do something different. And now is the time to figure out what that is and make a plan. Make a plan so you can manifest it during this portal that's coming up. This is going to be a portal for a few years where people can really manifest their dream life. So take advantage of it.
Bro, this is going to be crazy. All these portals are opening up. Everyone's manifesting around us. Man, everyone's dream life is about to come true. Man, only the good manifestors' lives are about to come true. I don't know how it works. I don't know where these portals are going to open from. There's only time will tell. Only time will tell.
Can someone explain to me why in Manchester we've had nothing but fog for 4 days now? 4 days in a row. Normally, just behind these buildings, I can see for miles out of my window. But I haven't been able to see past these buildings here, barely seeing this main road, since the 23rd of December. It's now the 27th. And I know what fog is, and I've seen fog before, but I don't think ever in my life I have seen fog like this, like a blanket covering for 4 days in a row. And it's not even like it's disappeared and then come back. It's literally just been like this constantly since the 23rd of December. Is it just me, or is that not normal? I mean, if it wasn't for the lights there and the headlights, I probably wouldn't be able to see that road at all. Earlier on today, genuinely couldn't see a thing. I literally feel like I live in a Stephen King film. But yeah, it's pretty weird. Has anyone else ever seen this before? Has anyone else ever seen 4 days, even longer, of fog continuously? Get it in the comments. But yeah, I've never seen this before. What is going on?
I have no idea what is going on, but this fog do be crazy. This fog do be weird as well. How? How is it this long, you know? I feel like I've gone outside and I've seen fog just like mysteriously there, and I'm like, man, this is pretty thick. Like, why? Man, they're trying to hide all the wars that are happening up in space, and the best way to do it is also have the clouds plus the fog together working in tangent, so we know whether we won't know whether the Space Force is winning or losing the war with the drones up in the sky above us. Sorry, I'm wondering all the thing.
Get ready, people, because it's just about to begin. This is why we've been doing all this work, all this focus, going into our fears, into our shadows, bringing it all up, to face it, to live with it, to go through it, because what's coming is going to test us all. There's a lot on the horizon. There's a lot of events we have to go through. There's a grand cycle of a gauntlet that we have to endure before we can make it out the other side into the new world. The old world is crumbling. The new world is emerging. We're in between that transition period, so it's going to get interesting. It's going to get crazy. It's going to get out of control. Of course, this whole decade has been like that. But get ready for what's to come. I'm not trying to scare you, just saying to prepare yourself spiritually. Because if you're fine in the heart, if you're fine in the soul and the spirit, nothing's going to waver you, nothing's going to move you, push you to the left and right, because you know who you are, you know your truth, you know where you stand. That's where it's all important. Doing the inner work, facing the stuff that we don't want to all these years. So when it comes for us, we're not triggered, we're not moved. Simple.
Simple indeed. Hey, we're moved. We're not triggered. I love it. I love it. I'm waiting for the portals. I'm waiting for the manifestation, the energy, all of our dreams to come true. At some point, they're saying this portal's open for many years. Let's see. Let's see.
One of Boeing's satellites blew up over the weekend, and no one knows why. The satellite was built by Boeing, but operated by Intelsat, which is a communications company. Kind of like how Delta and United don't build planes. They buy them from Boeing and then operate them. The satellite world works in a similar way. This satellite was launched in 2016 and meant to last for about 15 years. It provided communications for Africa, Europe, and Asia, and was in a geostationary orbit, meaning that it was basically locked above one spot above the Indian Ocean. But on Saturday, it experienced an anomaly, but no one knows why. Fortunately, there are no immediate threats, but there are at least 20 pieces of space debris adding to the problem, which are being monitored by Space Force, which is a real thing, in case you forgot. Boeing has had a tough year. Between doors blowing off, whistleblowers and their mysterious deaths, strikes, and 2 astronauts stuck on the International Space Station, Boeing reported a $6 billion loss last quarter. So of course the new CEO is going to lay off 17,000 employees, but don't worry, he only stands to make $22 million next year.
Bro, are those 17,000 employees part of the quality assurance team? You stop it. Leave them in there. We need the quality back in there. If there's only a few manufacturers that can make airplanes and satellites, we're screwed. We're screwed. We're going to have to come up with the grassroots movements and start building our own planes and satellites and then say, screw you guys. We got our own thing now. Maybe we'll make it cheaper, or maybe we make it out of tape and paper clips and it barely holds on and we're gonna be the new goons next door, like Kids Next Door. It used to be a TV show. It's a thing. Sorry, spiraling. Let's go on to the next one here.
This is a literal shape-shifting UFO caught on camera.
I can't believe they actually got this on camera. What is it doing? It's either reflecting light or it has lights on it. I've never seen anything like this in my life. And please don't tell me this is a drone or anything like that, because that's definitely not a drone that I've ever seen, at least. That's insane. It's just orbiting. It's like doing turns and stuff. Wow. And if you think you can explain this, let me know in the comments. But this is nothing like I've ever seen before. Some sort of plasma or... I don't know what that is. Try to zoom in on it if you can, by the way. Yo, as always, thanks for watching. Stay weird.
I mean, it was already pretty zoomed up. It's very hard to explain. Could be a balloon, maybe, that's reflecting all kinds of weird DEWs, and, you know, they're doing the tests and be like, hey, this is one of those things that the DEW can't penetrate through. Half the time, I'm convinced all the UAPs and UFOs are just us, or different beings on the Earth that are sending them out, such as the aliens in the water. You don't know. You don't know. They say there's aliens in the water, also in the ground, also in the woods, also in the sky. Pretty much aliens all around us. Oh boy. Oh boy. Hey, this next video was sent to me by a goon, Angel Power. Hey, Angel. Hey, we got your video loaded. Let's check it out.
Is that beyond the houses? That is above the mountains. What in the heck is it? People's got to see this in town. But it's above the mountains, so it could be beyond people's sight. I don't know. That is strange. There's like 4 lights out there now. Weird lights. Multicolored.
Bro, what the heck? Just the last video was talking about the shape-shifting UAPs. Angel, I feel like you just seen many shape-shifting UAPs that are also duplicating in many other things. There's no way this is a balloon at this point. This is in the sky and it's doing the same orb things. Or are these random drones by the Space Force that are trying to find the satellite that the Boeing has... Sorry, there's all these things happening in the United States. So we got all kinds of things in the sky, and then they try to cover it up with fog and clouds and pretend like nothing's happening. Hey, Space Force, we know what's happening. We know. My question is, are we winning? Are we winning?
What if I told you all 3 of their names are made-up names to suit the narrative, and I can prove it through the mocking and the truth in plain sight? Well, let's start with the very first one to supposedly step foot on the moon, which essentially makes him an alien. Highly unlikely his name happens to be alien backwards, A-L-I-E-N. Now let's take Edwin Aldrin, who has said multiple times on camera that they never went to the moon. I digress. I don't think it's a coincidence his last name, Aldrin, sounds suspiciously close to the fictional planet in Star Wars, Alderaan, or how in another big Hollywood movie, the fictional character's name is Buzz, which was Edwin Alderaan's nickname. Moving on to Mr. Charles Conrad, and if you follow me, this one's gonna hit for you. Another double C name. Not only that, but they gave him the nickname Pete. And since then, as tradition, astronauts have often been called Pete. You know I love that etymology. See where it comes from. To scheme, plot. That's your meaning of Pete. There you have it. There's your 3 most famous astronauts. It's truth in plain sight with the spelling even. The word "not" with the spelling N-A-U-T is always in association with sailors, ships, the sea.
Boy, if you haven't found out that last video is definitely not real and probably in a studio, then you are still drinking the Kool-Aid that NASA is spitting out. You stop it. You clearly, that last video was definitely not a real spacewalk. It was something shot in a studio and then given to us and made to tell us that, I don't know, they're basically lying to us. They're deceiving us. Oh boy. Yeah, Buzz has already told us the truth many times. He is very blatant with the things. We didn't go there. And I am starting to wake up as well about it. Hey, did you know the distance between the Earth and the Moon? Do you know the distance between the Earth and Mars? Do you know the distance of Elon Musk's SpaceX rockets that have shot from land into the sky? What's that distance? None of it adds up. If that time only took this much time, then how much time will it take to actually get to the Moon or Mars? It don't add up.
You can see something really weird if you look at a map of the seafloor. It's right there. That is a continent that has almost completely sunk into the ocean. About 85 million years ago, this giant chunk of continental crust called Zealandia broke off from the rest of the land of the Earth around the South Pole. This is where Antarctica is now. And it moved over here and it sank. And now 94% of it is submerged. Of course, New Zealand and the surrounding islands are the area that's not. But under the ocean, the continent is massive. It's surrounded in the pink and it's 5 million square kilometers, which is over half the size of Australia. Something that's very cool is that even today you can find fossils of things on New Zealand and Zealandia from when it was attached to the rest of the land on Earth. This is a forest of fossilized tree stumps. That's a Zealandic tree. Zealandia even had native land mammals. Scientists officially call Zealandia a microcontinent, which is controversial because it's 6 times bigger than the next biggest microcontinent, Madagascar. And lots of scientists think that it fulfills every requirement to be its own continent. It's just underwater.
Oh, wow. I need to do more studies on what's actually going on with the Earth. But then again, is this really pictures of the Earth that this lady is showing us? Or is this just a very clever artistic rendering and we're just assumed that these things are really under the water? But the only way to know is if we do that goon expedition and really get out there and really see if there's lands underneath the water. And now I go, hey, what if some of those lands were where the once Atlantis was and we want to see even more? Maybe the aliens in the water are now using those lands as their new abodes and we're like, hey, this was our olden day stuff, and to them it's like they're home now. Wait, what? This is something with Anglo Druids? Druids? Okay, yeah, this definitely feels way more Stonehenge-y than I anticipated, but at the same time, the rocks seem like a little bit smaller than the Stonehenge rocks, but the pattern appears to be similar and the structure appears to be similar, but hey, what was the actual purpose? What were they doing? Were these the communication towers or were these the power amplifiers that set power and free energy to the entire places that had these things? You don't know. Communication device sounds good too.
Talked to an elevator technician. He works for a famous elevator company. And he said, the technology they're going to roll out starting next year, they won't have any buttons. You know how you get in an elevator and you push like the 12th floor? It's not going to have that. It's going to be all AI, facial recognition. If you live in a place with an elevator, you get programmed into where you can go and it will know Dick's on the 12th floor. It'll open and it'll take you up and let you out. If you have an appointment, they'll program you in like, are you coming in? Okay, there'll be a window and know that you have an appointment and know where it is and it will take you.
I'm ready for these new space elevators as well as these new AI elevators. Hey, who's going to be the companies that introduce this to us? We recently saw a video about space elevators and they're like, everyone's working on one. There's this company in China and they're going to be the first one. And by like some crazy amount of time, we're going to have the first functionings. I'm ready for it all. Let's see.
There's a man on TikTok who keeps getting banned for talking about a dragon. At first, I was like the rest of you all. I said, that's a little far-fetched. But today, I want to show you something that will make your mind go, Was Dragon Man telling the truth? Check this out.
Bro, I'm calling cap on this. This is definitely AI generated or something. If there was real mountains like this, I feel like we would all know about it and we'd have like a real fake narrative that they told us what this mountain really is, and we're the ones that finally figured out that now it's just a fossilized dragon or iguana that's in there. And we also don't know the scale. This could be like super tiny and they're just making it blow up, like make it seem like gigantic. I'm still thinking it's AI, but if it was real, oh my god, I stand corrected. All right, we're going to do one more to end them all.
There's a Powerpuff Girls character in the band Gorillazn.
The music band?
Yeah, you know the one?
Yeah.
Feeling inside like a sunshine.
Oh, yeah.
A Powerpuff Girls character is a member of that band.
The voice actor?
No, the actual character in the show.
What?
So the Gorillazn is really just one person, and the band is animated. So this animated band puts out music, and they have this whole story going on with their albums, with their animated characters and members of the band. So on their 6th album, their bassist got arrested, and to replace the bassist, they got Ace from the Green Gang from Powerpuff Girls to replace it.
How do they do that? They just have to pay?
Yeah, they just asked Warner Brothers. They were like, hey, we think it would be a cool idea if we had this guy in our band. And they were like, sure, free publicity for us.
Jeez.
So there's an official member of the band that's a Powerpuff Girl. And then in Powerpuff Girls, there's a newspaper clipping of the Gorillazn.
They still have Powerpuff Girls?
Powerpuff Girls is going on and on and on. There's a remaster, and then there's going to be a remaster to the remaster.
Bro, the Powerpuff Girls is going to be like the new Scooby-Doo. There's so many Scooby-Doos. I've seen all of them. It's pup named Scooby-Doo, Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated. I've seen all of them. What's new Scooby-Doo? I've seen all of them. Trust me. I love Scooby-Doo. Powerpuff Girls also okay. Hey, it's not a girl show. It's an action show, all right? You stop it. Wait, did he say Green Gang? Wasn't it Gangrene Gang? Gangrene Gang? Now I'm like, I don't know. But that's cool. I actually did not know the Gorillazn was just one person and all the other people that are animated are fake. I thought it was like all the band had animated characters and that's what they're representing. Now, I'm truly mind blown. My current reality is all shifted now. Oh boy. Well, goons, you made it to the end. Hey, how'd you do? You notice my shirt changed? Yeah, interesting. Hey. There was a lot of videos in this one, and it definitely opened my eyes. I'm still gonna probably listen to Gorillazn. They're pretty good. I like their music. Was it Clint Eastwood or something? There's some really good music they got. All right, I'm out of here. Hopefully there's videos on the screen right now. Click on either one of them. Continue the Goon Fix. The one in the middle, you can subscribe. I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.
Wake up.